Welcome back to POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast, where we talk about real stories, clear steps, and how to protect your people with confidence. I'm Travis Gasper with Gasper Law in Texas, and today we're doing a holiday episode that might save you a lot of stress because we're talking about the comfort myths people repeat this time of year. You know the ones, the myths that sound cozy, reassuring, like a warm blanket you wrap around your brain so you can focus on shopping lists and travel plans and figuring out who's bringing the green bean casserole. But here's the problem. Real life does not care about cozy myths. And estate planning myths, they're sneaky. They sound reasonable. They're usually said with love and good intentions, but they can lead to the exact thing everyone wants to avoid: conflict, delays, expensive court messes, and families left guessing. So today we're doing a naughty or nice list, estate planning edition. We're going to walk through 5 of the biggest myths I hear all year long, why they're naughty, and what the nice fix actually looks like. Simple, practical, and doable. Because the goal isn't to become a legal expert, the goal is to stop relying on hope and start relying on clarity. Let me tell you about someone I'll call Alex. Alex was in their 30s, healthy, busy, and honestly, not worried about estate planning. Alex had a long-term partner, a close-knit family, and the same belief I hear all the time. Everyone knows what I want. They'll figure it out. Then, right after Thanksgiving, Alex had a medical emergency. Sudden, unexpected, and terrifying. Their partner rushed to the hospital. Their siblings showed up. Their parents showed up. Everyone was scared. Everyone wanted to help. And then the questions started. Who can speak to the doctors? Who can access the medical information? Who can make decisions if Alex can't? Who can handle the bills if Alex is in the hospital for weeks? Who even knows what Alex would want? And that's where families hit the wall. The moment they realize love and proximity are not the same as legal authority. I'm not telling you this to be dramatic. I'm telling you this because the holidays are when people feel the contrast the most. Everyone's together, everyone's thinking about family, and emergencies have a way of showing up when you least expect them. So let's talk about the myths that set families up for that kind of chaos. All right, welcome to the list. Myth number 1, I'm too young for estate planning. This myth is naughty because it assumes estate planning is only about dying. Truth, if you're an adult, the biggest risk isn't death, it's incapacity. An accident, a surgery, a sudden illness, something that makes you unable to speak for yourself, even temporarily. What happens when you rely on this myth? People can't step in quickly. Your family starts guessing, and the person you'd want making decisions may not be the person who can. Nice fix? Start with the essentials. Documents that give someone authority to help you while you're alive. Medical power of attorney, HIPAA authorization, financial power of attorney, advance directive. That's not being dramatic. That's being responsible. Myth number 2, I don't have enough assets to need this. This one is naughty because it reduces estate planning to money. Truth, estate planning is about people, authority, and instructions, not just wealth. If you have a job, a car, a bank account, a phone full of passwords, a pet, a partner, a child, a parent you care for, congrats. You have a life that needs protection. What happens when you rely on this myth? Families spend more time, money, and energy untangling small estates than they ever expected. because confusion creates cost. Nice fix. Make sure the people you trust are named, your accounts and beneficiaries make sense, and your instructions are clear. You don't need a mansion to need clarity. Myth number 3. My family knows what I want. This myth is naughty because it turns love into a legal strategy. Truth, love is powerful. It is not legally binding. What happens when you rely on this myth? Your family may not agree on what you meant, or they may agree and still have no legal ability to carry it out. And in the worst moments, hospitals, funerals, grief, people don't always behave like the versions of themselves you're imagining right now. Nice fix? Have the conversation, yes, but then put it in writing. A conversation is a gift. Documents are the receipt. Myth number 4. A will avoids probate. This one is naughty because it sets up false expectations. Truth, a will is often the document that starts probate. It's not bad. Probate is just a process. But if your goal is avoid court, you need a strategy that matches that goal. What happens when you rely on this myth? Your family expects an easy handoff. Then they discover there are court steps, timelines, and paperwork they weren't prepared for. Nice fix? If probate avoidance matters, talk about the tools that actually do that. Proper beneficiary designations, titling, and in the right situation, trusts. It's not one size fits all, but it is solvable. Myth number 5. I can just download forms online. This myth is naughty because it treats legal documents like printable holiday coupons. Truth, sometimes templates can be a starting point, but execution rules matter, language matters, and your situation matters. A document that's signed wrong, written wrong, or mismatched to your life can be worse than having nothing because it creates false competence. What happens when you rely on this myth? Families find out too late that the document didn't work. Then they're back to square one, except now it's happening during a crisis. Nice fix. If you're going to DIY, at a minimum, get it reviewed and make sure it's executed correctly. Or skip the stress and get a clean plan built for you from the start. Here's what I want you to do. One small step. Pick the myth you've been relying on most, just one, and then pick the matching nice fix. Because peace of mind doesn't come from pretending, it comes from clarity. And clarity doesn't require a giant, overwhelming project. It can start with one appointment, one checklist, one set of essential documents. And if you're listening to this thinking, okay, I've been telling myself these myths for years, please hear this. You're not behind, you're just ready. The holidays are full of wish lists, but your family shouldn't be left with a guessing game. If you want to turn clarity into a real plan, we can help. At Gasper Law, we can walk you through what you actually need, what you don't, and the simplest next step to protect your people. Whether that's foundational documents, a will, a trust, or a plan built around your family structure, our job is to make it clear and doable. So if you're ready to leave the myths behind and start the new year with real peace of mind, visit gasperplan.com to schedule your peace of mind planning session. This has been POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast. I'm Travis Gasper. Thanks for listening. And remember, when it comes to estate planning, the nicest gift you can give your people isn't more stuff, it's clarity.